Begin live session.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Vashawn Jones, visionary of Fedora Outlier LLC, and welcome to Fact Friday. Hopefully, you guys are doing marvelously well. I am in the home studio. Today is Tuesday. I just got finished with that video right there with Mr. Byron Harton of IC Music. You guys can check that out in the YouTube streams or on my Facebook page. So I have 3 questions. Again, today is Tuesday. I'm recording this early. I don't want you guys to think it was live and you missed something, but we'll make sure that you get this. Number 1, speaking of getting stuff, thank you for all you guys who responded to say, keep me on your list. I really thought it was goodbye. I'm like, man, you haven't opened up anything that we've sent in the last 30 days. What's up? And like 12 of you guys like, no, please. And I'm like, man, thank you so much. Imagine this, right? And this goes into the whole VR case thing, which is one of the questions that was asked. And then the other one was about video, and then the other one was about making money on the internet. So it kind of all ties into this one conversation, at least from my perspective. Now, when it comes to VR, I use the 80-20 rule. And the reason why I use the 80-20 rule is because it was successful for me when I got the aha moment, and it's been successful for all the cases that myself and Fedora and the team at Fedora has been able to close all across the United States. Now, vocational rehabilitation or the Department of Rehab is a federal thing orchestrated by the states and is in every state from New Mexico to New Hampshire to Maryland, Georgia, wherever, right? All implemented in different ways. The process to get in, whether you want to become a vendor or, you know, how they do their intake process varies all across the United States, right? And so I actually, when I started thinking about what did I want to do as a blind person, I said I wanted to be assistive technology. At that time, they called them instructors, and then they changed it to specialists. And I'm like, well, if we changing stuff, number one, I don't want to train, right? I want to teach. And you have the ability to learn. So I wanted to change that vernacular. And then I knew that I did not want to spend all my time on the road, traveling from house to house. It made no sense to me. We have the internet. I said, I can teach anybody from anywhere right here, right? And clearly that's true today. I mean, I take my saxophone lessons in person and then online from a gentleman in Australia. And I apologize for that email coming in, Leslie. Let me close up the computer because, man, I don't understand how blind people don't like to hear voiceover, but there you go. It's closed. Sorry. But all over the internet. I mean, everywhere. I've taught people from Africa. I've taught people from Australia, New Mexico, Illinois, wherever, right? And so I knew that I wanted to provide something different in the market. So your VR case, the 80-20 rule, here's what people do not realize. Your case is your case. It's you, right? Your case. Okay? And it's 80% you and 20% the counselor. I'll give you an example. Most people have cases and the first complaint they have is my counselor hasn't gotten back with me. You left one message on the 1st of September and you don't call back again until the middle of October. Your counselor didn't get back with you. Well, if it's my case, right? And I got a concern, I got some information to provide, I'm going to call multiple times until I reach that counselor. What does that do? That puts you top of mind when it comes to that counselor's workload on getting your case moving. Now, government is notoriously slow. It's not going to happen overnight. I had everything that I needed, every question answered, every document filled out, and it still took on a fast track. I'm talking about the director of blindness services directly involved. It still took 3 months, right? That's on a good note. That's because I knew what I wanted to do, 80% me. I knew where I wanted to go, 80% me. I knew how I wanted to do it, 80% me. I had a vision for what I wanted to do, and I had the tools at the ready to make it happen, and I presented a solid business plan, not based on theory. Okay, so that was the 80% me. The 20% is the counselor. And if you complain about your counselor, if you complain about VR, they're going to push you to the end of the pile. Why? Because nobody wants to hear that they're doing a bad job. That's the biggest thing that I've learned working with VR. Some of the stuff that they do, a lot of the stuff that they do does not make any sense. They're doing it because they don't have a clear direction by you as to where you want to go. It's you. Trust me on this. I've closed out literally over 60 cases with VR, right? Now, what I wanted to do was, number one, I didn't want to do all that traveling. Waste of time, waste of gas. You don't get to see a lot of clients, and it made no sense when I could use touchscreen devices right here. I know when you're touching wrong, I can hear it. So I don't need to place your finger on it to show you. I knew I wanted to operate in the private sector. I knew that I wanted to operate with the Department of Rehab in every single state in the United States. I knew that I wanted to work with VA. I knew I wanted to work with the Department of Education. I wanted to cover everywhere that there would be a blind person. And I'm excited today to say we've been doing that for the last 2 years in every single segment, right? So that was my case. I was great at technology. I was great at looking and being able to evaluate and being able to troubleshoot. I got that from the corporate world. So I knew I would be great at this. Not good. I wanted to be better than excellent at this. So your VR case, if you want it closed, not your counselor does not give a heck whether you want your case closed or not until you show them a clear path to closing your case. You get a manual whenever you sign up for VR. Read it from front to back. Understand what the rules are so that you can play the game and actually win at that game, because it is a game, people. If you've been on VR's caseload for more than a year and you don't see any movement, 9.9 times out of 10, it is you. If you want your case closed and you need help navigating that, let us know. Call, reach out, whatever. Fedora Outlier LLC, Excellence, however you need to reach us. If you're watching this video, there you go. That's how it works, right? So how do you know that you're in a frame when it comes to a video? A lot of times you don't, right? Like now, I know I'm in a frame because I have a still camera positioned to make sure that I'm in the frame at all times. And then I have a camera switcher to switch to the other side of the room to get the people that's sitting on the sofa whenever I'm doing in-house interviews. And they're stationary. They're already set up. They're already on and running. You know, I just press a button and there you go. As a matter of fact, I don't even know that this video is getting me now. So let me make some adjustments. Hold on one sec. Sorry, Leslie, because I need to make sure, because I don't even know, because I just finished doing IC Music and doing the video capture on Skype. So using Ecom Live.
Menu bar, Apple, Ecom Live Edit, Scene, Source, Camera.
I'm going to the camera.
Camera, menu, Blackmagic Web Presenter, 1.
And see, that wasn't set. So let me go to Blackmagic.
Button, Blackmagic
Boom.
Web Presenter, checked.
All right, and then I'm going to go over to the switcher. Hold on one sec. All right, and so I can pretty much guarantee you, using that same formula, 9.9 times out of 10, I'm in the camera, I'm in the frame, everything is good. The lighting might not be as great because there is a cloud coming in. But I have professional lighting and all that. But, I'm doing this on Tuesday and trying to get it out to you guys so that you'll have some fuel for the weekend. And so outside of that, you can get a 3D camera, which is going to capture everything all around you, which is probably one of my next investments because I just think it's great. I think a 3D camera is amazing to be able to capture everything around you, everything in full circle. Outside of that, get sighted help. I get sighted help all the time. Everything is not going to be 100% accessible. I actually love asking for help. Why? Because people love helping. 2, I get what I need done. And 3, I build relationships based off of people helping me. I get to help them, right? Because I know technically what I'm doing. I know what frame rate and compression and EQ and, everything is, but it may not be accessible. So those are the 3 things that I do to make sure that I'm in the frame when I'm using a camera. Oh, and there's a 4th. Here's a bonus. When I'm using my iPhone, I'm holding it eye level. I'm talking through the microphone, and I'm letting the individuals around me see what I would be seeing if I could see. And that way, I don't have to worry about whether I'm in the frame. I don't have to worry about what's in the frame because I treat it as art. Whatever you're seeing in that video is what the camera captured, and clearly it's what you're seeing. Therefore, that's what you see. And I don't worry about, hey, I'm taking this video of this house, did I get the roof or anything? I know if I hold it eye level and I look towards where I think that object is, I'm going to capture it, and the main thing I want you to focus on is me talking anyway, because hopefully I'm saying something that's of value. All right. How do I make money on the internet? Tricky thing. There's a lot of components to making money on the internet. How do you want to make money on the internet? Do you want an affiliate relationship with products that you use? And notice I said products that you use, because you can't endorse something unless you use it, because convincingly, if you don't use it, then guess what? You can't convince anybody else that it's a great product. I'll give you an example. You like a person, right? You got a great relationship with the person, and somebody says, hey, how is Johnny? Is he a good employee? Is he a good person? Is he on time? Well, if you never dealt with Johnny, you can't say, yeah, he's great. Yeah, he'll be there on time. I mean, you would be crazy to endorse something like that, right? So you can have an affiliate relationship with pretty much anything that you use, including the stuff that you buy on Amazon, and you'll make a small commission. In our case, if you're affiliated with Fedora, we have Affiliate Central, in which you're able to sell our products because you believe in them. They've helped you, right? And we don't just let anybody in because they want to. You have to have purchased and used and have mastered and believe in and have gained a certain level of knowledge to be able to sell our product. Now, we pay, a commission of $250 per. On average, you might get, 12, 8, $6 per product for some things, but multiply that times 10, I use it. Look at Uber. What did they do when they first came out? They said, hey, you're on Uber, share this with your friend, we'll give you $25. After it got popular, then they say we'll give you $20 in credit. Now, we'll give you $10, $5 with Uber Eats, because they're already popular. But I rode literally for a year just off of telling people about Uber for free, right? So you have an affiliate way of making money off of the internet. The next thing is create your own product. Write a book, right? You write a book, you write it once, you sell it hundreds and thousands of times over. So we wrote a book. We wrote 3 books, actually. The Old Hat Guide to iPhone Accessibility, 7, 8, and 9, or 8, 9, and 10, whatever they were at the time, probably 7, 8, and 9. We sold thousands of copies of that book to VR, to private consumers, people who wanted it, groups, educational markets. So write a book. It's the quickest way to earn a revenue. Create a course. There's something that you like. I actually helped a person who was visually impaired, who grows vegetables, and she wrote a book called The Green Thumb, because her vegetables her tomatoes are nice and red with the green leaf around. It's just phenomenal, the things that she has knowledge of, that just because she's blind, she didn't say, hey, I can't make a living. She said, I can take my knowledge and sell it. So The Green Thumb, you can get right now, $10, thousands of copies sold. I mean, 1,000 times 10, 10,000. I mean, come on. So do the math. Create something. Create a course. Provide advice. Provide counseling. If you're good at that, and get results. People pay for results. Why do you buy a book outside of, reading it for enjoyment? But if you bought a self-help book, you are hoping to get at least the $10 value of the book price that you paid, right? So, those are certain ways of making money on the internet. Besides the film question, I get the first two. How do I close my VR case? How do I make money on the internet? Often. I can't say it enough. I've said it over and over again. This is the way that you make money. This is the exact way you close your VR case. All across the United States, it's your VR case. Your counselor has 100, 200 other people. Think of it like the orphanage, the group home. Can that counselor show love to all the people on her group home roster, list, database, whatever it's called? Well, they can't do it with you. They can't give you the personalized attention that you think you deserve, and rightfully so, you should. But I mean, if I got 100 people, what if I had 100 people that I got to notate every day, or once a week, or once a month, or even once every 3 months on the status of their case as a counselor? Because it's not my case. They got a case load, but the load is everybody, right? So you're adding to the load. Think of even what that says, case load, right? And you hear my caseload, my caseload, my caseload. Well, you're part of that load, so why not you actively lighten the load by getting your stuff together, presenting it to them, right, in a manner that makes sense, and let's get about the business of making some daggone money, right? Because face it, money changes the world. Money changes your life. Money changes your family tree, and it's vocational. If you're not trying to go to work, guess what? You're definitely not a priority when it comes to vocational rehabilitation. Okay? Cool. All right, so listen, let's change the world. Let's follow the 80-20 rule when it comes to vocational rehabilitation. Let's be in the frame, right? Be present. And let's make some money on the internet.